Every day, citizens are accosted, sometimes seemingly without rhyme or reason. How would you react if faced with this situation?
Hey, you're watching Recoil TV. My name is Dave Merrill, and we're here to bring you another force-on-force scenario. We've teamed up with the Polk County Sheriff Office in Central Florida, as well as Big Daddy Unlimited, to bring you this situation. Today, what we're going to be doing is having our everyman, our man in the street, not a cop, not a soldier, and put them in a situation where they're just minding their own business, walking down the street, and then they're going to be accosted, and we're going to see how they react from there.
Hey, Miss Lady, where you headed?
Home?
You got a second? Hold on, no, why you running off?
No, I'm good.
Huh?
I'm good. You can stay over there.
What'd you buy? You got something in the bag for me?
No.
Alright, so you got something in that bag for me?
Alrighty. Alright, we are safe. Let's go over here.
All right, Brooke, so that was the first run through on that particular scenario. How do you feel about that one?
I felt a little better about that one, although I was unsure to shoot. I didn't see any necessarily signs that he was going to hurt me, but running at me, I did feel threatened, so.
So you're walking down, obviously you've been shopping or whatever
Yeah.
you're doing, you're walking home. He's off to the side and then starts talking to you. I saw that you were trying to make, create some distance and make a little bit, maneuver to work away from him, but still continue on your same path. At that point, he then started chasing after you. When you saw started chasing after you, started to run a little bit so that you could get to your gun. Did you feel like you had any other options at that point based on where you were at in your environment around you that you could have done when he started charging towards you?
If it's an open environment, no, I don't feel like I would have been able to make it away if it was a straight run. If there was other obstacles, like if I could go hide in something or put something in my way to block his path, possibly. But in an open area like this, I don't.
So this is one of the gray areas that we see time and time again that becomes a big question for everybody depending on where you live at, what state you're in, what the laws are. Based on her size, the totality of circumstances, where she's at, is it nighttime, is it daytime? Does she have the ability to get away from him? Has he posed any other threat besides charging towards her? Is that imminent threat of him charging towards her enough at that point for her to draw the gun and take that action? What's the alternative if she doesn't? So he charges at her, she doesn't turn around and shoot him, and he gets on top of her or does whatever his intent is at that time. She basically has a split second to process what her options are to decide if she's gonna take that type of action and neutralize the threat so that she can escape what could potentially be great bodily harm.
This is exactly why we run through scenarios like this. As you can see, this isn't so cut and dry, and it very much depends, as what Sean said, the totality of circumstances and your local and state ordinances. So even if you can't be in a place like this doing force on force, these are all things that you need to think about if you're going to be out on town carrying a concealed weapon. As you can see in this situation, there's a lot of different aspects, and this is why we train for this and why we go through thought exercises about what we should do. As Sean talked about, it's the totality of circumstances that matters the most, as well as your local and state laws regarding use of force. So if you're going to carry a concealed weapon, these are all things that you need to consider for yourself. What would you do in these scenarios? And now we're going to bring Brooke through this again and see how she does a second time.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Could you please leave me alone?
What do you mean leave you alone? What you mad
No,
for?
I'd like it if you just got away from me.
Hold
Please
on,
get
man.
away
Come
from
here.
me.
Hey, come here, man. Hey.
All right, we are safe.
All right, Brooke, so we ran it a second time. What did you do differently this time than what you did last time?
I tried to be a little more clear with my lack of interest. I made it very obvious that I didn't want him to be around or to come near me. I told him to leave me alone and to get away. And he still approached.
So you're a little more aggressive in conveying your message to him. So there's no question there.
Yeah, clear line.
He still obviously was intent on pursuing you and continuing to do so. Once he started to pursue you, what was your deciding factor at that point to engage again?
Well, after making it clear that I didn't have any interest in engaging with him, I figured it was a threat. It was a dangerous situation and to defend myself.
So again, with the same scenario, it's a similar problem, that very gray area, because it's not as cut and dry as he comes out of the room. He has a knife, he has a gun, he's displayed it, clean shoot, everybody's happy. It just doesn't happen that way. Again, she's looking at the factors that she has before her. She's by herself. It could be an alley, whatever it is. He's got a long coat on, he's got a jacket. We're in Florida, it's summertime, or somewhat, it still feels like summertime. Why is he dressed like this? She doesn't know what his intent is, and she's not gonna sit around and wait to find out, which is why she tried to create some distance, get away. She ended up, the only action she felt like she could to get away safely was to engage him with the firearm.
Importantly, what Brooke did this time is she set very clear boundaries about her expectations of his behavior. She'll be able to more clearly articulate how and why she shot. There's still some gray area, like Sean said, but there's less of it. Now, we hope that you look at this and then put yourself in this scenario and think about what you would do if the same thing happened to you.